Hi, Twin Flames. This is Jojo B. And I have a message for you guys. I've been having, a lot of work, so I've been a little bit behind on my visions. But I wanted to let you guys know that there's been a lot of things going on with the divine feminine, with the divine masculine, and with the karmatic, not just from the divine masculine, but also the divine feminine. So basically, right now, I want to let you guys know that it's taken me a little bit a while to upload all the videos because I'm using my phone. But as soon as I can remember my password from my connection, I will upload them from my computer. And I just want to thank you guys, to all my subscribers, to everybody that actually takes their time to listen to my visions. Sometimes I have to confirm with the cards because sometimes they are not really clear, or it takes me a lot of days to actually understand what those visions meaning, or what it's actually going on. It's hard to explain for me, but things don't come with instructions. So but so basically, divine, let's start with divine feminine. The divine feminine, like I said before, she's or he's, it can be either both, right? Divine feminine energy, they're being feeling empowered, powerful, grateful. They've been having a lot of opportunities, a lot of things they've been overcoming when they thought that they weren't able to do certain things. Life proved them that they are capable to do whatever they want, that they can manifest in their life everything they want to. And that's a huge achievement for the divine feminines. And also, this, like this old saying, right? Be careful what you wish for because it might come true. And some of the divine feminines, they were like not being grateful, for what they had. And sometimes life, you know, takes care of all the things and make sure that you actually acknowledge what you could lose forever. And this is one of the things that, divine feminine had the opportunity to realize what it's been having their whole life. And know, oh, you know what? I shouldn't complain because my life is way better than a lot of people, right? So that's another thing that divine feminine is going through. All the things that they might have forgotten, that they've been graceful and gracious, blessed, right? Now they feel like, oh, you know what, I feel bad that, I forgot about that I didn't realize how important this is for other people and for myself. So they've been getting grounded. And I think that for self-esteem too, they've been stepping onto, whoever wants to cross their borders, whoever wants to try to buzz them around and do something that goes against their limits, or whatever they do not believe that it's good for them. And I think this is great because, a lot of people are going to be pushing in their buttons, and a lot of people, they're going to ask them more than they can give, right? Or more than they want to give. It's not that they can give, because we all can, give everything. But in your personal believing, in your personal, self-esteem and values. Everybody has, their line and say, you know what, I don't want to do this because I believe that it's gonna, you know that I don't deserve it, or I deserve better, or I think, I don't want to do this because it's gonna make me feel bad with myself because I did it because I wanted to please somebody else, but not because I wanted to. And I think that divine feminine right now, it's taking charge of their self-esteem and saying no when they have to say no, right? And that's something else that, that, like, I feel very proud of you guys. So I want to share my happiness, because those things are good. And another thing, a lot of things that have been going on with the divine feminine. um they have their own karmic, and divine feminine karmic, for some of you guys, is not like steady. It's not like somebody that lives with you or stays with you the whole time. For a lot of you guys, somebody that it's there but it's not there, or it's like an ex, or it's like their ex-husband, or their mom, their dad, but somebody that is not really there, for most of you or a lot of you guys. So there's been a lot of things going on, right? And this is the same thing that I was just explaining before. They're karmatics, right? Right now they are like acknowledging who divine feminine is. And they're stepping back because they're like, oh, you know what, like, she was right, she was doing the right thing, and now, like, I understand that I was wrong. And there's a little bit of nostalgia, a little bit of remorse, a little bit of the karmatic of the divine feminine. They feel like, they could have done better, and they are starting to forgive themselves, right? Not the divine feminine, because the divine feminine, they might have not done anything bad at all, right? The karmatics with the divine feminine, they feel bad with themselves, right? And they want to repent, right, to them, because they feel that, maybe they could have given more, right? And they are giving more respect to the divine feminine. So divine feminine right now, it's like up to the sky, with a lot of things, good things going on, because I think that divine feminine needed it, that, right? Needed to know who she is, or who he is, whoever is the divine energy feminine. They, they did know, but they didn't really believe in themselves. And this is the moment that the universe is showing them, yes, this is who you are, own it. This is what we gave you, like the universe gave you to help others. So take it, own it, love it, and give it to other people. So I'm very happy for my divine feminines, and actually the karmics too, right? Because they're learning from their mistakes. Another thing that I pictured from oh yeah, yeah. Okay, this is from the divine masculines for the divine feminines, right? So the divine feminine is realizing now, like divine masculine, like they see their divine masculine as the king, as the, lord of the universe, right? Of their universe, because, every twin flame has their own king. So but now they're kind of like acknowledging, like, oh, you know what, yeah, this is unconditional love, he's perfect to me. But now they're realizing that everything is not perfect, right? And now they're realizing, like, wait, is this really my divine masculine? Like, can I deal with this my whole life? Am I gonna be able to deal with this all my life? And now they're like acknowledging things that they didn't know before, or they didn't believe, or they didn't really understand, because all this experience with the divine masculine was a little bit of, well, it's new, obviously. So they didn't know if it was them, or the relationship, or the way that divine masculine is, right? And guys, that at first, when you have a relationship, you see everything beautiful, there's no defects. So divine feminine now, it's acknowledging, wait, you know yes, this is my twin flame, but there's some work that we have to do, right? So that is good too, because divine feminine right now, she's you know knowing, that not everything that it's bright, not everything that shines is gold, and that might be or might be not their twin flame, right? But there's things that they have to work on, right? And the divine feminine, they didn't really have, like, they had a low self-esteem, a lot, right? Or not too much self-esteem, or they didn't believe in themselves, and now it's like they're waking up, and they're like, oh, you know what, yeah, I am actually a leader. I'm actually a person that fruitful and with a lot of skills. And actually, a lot of divine feminines, they realized that there was a lot of truths coming out from the divine masculine, and some of them, they didn't even know about these things from the divine masculine. They realized by accident or on purpose, because the universe wanted to let them know. So the truth was revealed, the truth came out, and some of the things from the divine masculine, right, showed up. And I'm not accusing divine masculines for all those that you guys are hearing me. It's just that I understand that sometimes we are humans, right? Let's not forget that we are humans, and sometimes it is hard to tell truths, right? To be honest with other people, especially because we don't want to hurt them. So divine masculine was not telling divine feminine certain things, was keeping them private for themselves. And it doesn't matter that they are not bad, or that nothing happened, or it was a little flirting or whatever. But the thing that they were not telling the divine feminine, it is a big deal, because there's no trust, right? And that's something very important that you guys have to have in matter. For divine feminine and masculine to come into union, they have to have trust. So it's not like the end of the world, right? Because if it's your twin flame, your really twin flame, you have to go through a process, and you know let the ego step on the side, right? And see the things in a different perspective, as if you would be a third person looking at the problem, right? So for some of them, felt heartbroken, disappointed, betrayed, right? And for others, it was actually like a liberation, I feel, because a lot of divine feminines were like, okay, I kind of knew that this was going on, and I'm happy I actually saw these proofs with my own eyes, because this is going to help me to you know focus more on my life and on my projects, because I think that divine feminine was putting a lot of effort on this union, and she was living on her side herself. And it takes two for tango, right? So divine masculine has to do his work too. And I think this was good for divine feminine to focus more on herself and give a little bit of time to the divine masculine to actually know what the divine feminine is going through, because a lot of divine masculines that and divine feminines that they're going through all this process, they don't understand what the other person is going through. They know what you guys are going through, but they don't know what the other part is going through, for those that they are not in union, or for some couples that they are in union, but the person is in another state, in another country. So this is good for the divine masculine to actually acknowledge all the things that divine feminine has to go through, and to know how does she feel about the relationship, because I think the divine feminine was giving her whole, right? And I think she was given a little bit too much, right? And that is good. But like one time I went to an homeopathic, like these Chinese people that they give you like the needles, right? And I forgot what's acupuncture, right? And I remember the person that put the needles told me, too good, no good, right? It has to have a balance, like yin and yang, right? So this is the same, right? If the divine feminine or the divine masculine do all the work, then the other person is not gonna, acknowledge or appreciate as they should. So this is a good thing, right? And if it's really your divine twin flame, right? You guys are gonna come back together regardless, one day or another, one age or another, one century or another, right? But the moment to acknowledge what the other person is sensing, that is very important, because that's though it's a process for us to come into union, right? So the divine masculine, for some of you guys, they got into a shock, right? And they still don't know what to do. They know that there's the love of their life, but they still don't know what to do. They are still scared, and they're like blindfolded. They're like, okay, I'm not gonna say nothing, do nothing, because I'm not ready yet, right? And believe it or not, for a lot of the divine masculines, this is a relief, because it's one thing less to focus on. The divine masculines, they have a lot of things going on too, but not as gracious as the divine feminine, but it's more like a constructive, more like self like a self work, right? They I don't think they quite knew who they are. We all know the divine masculine, they're strong and handsome and caring, but there's a lot of things that the divine masculine, they have to overcome, and one of them is the ego, right? Or trying to control every situation. For some of people, I feel I sense that energy, and to know that they always want to be right no matter what. And this is very this holds them back a lot, right? So they have to surrender. A lot of divine masculines, they have to surrender and let go the ego. And for others, I think this separation, or this because some divine feminines, they did let know the divine masculine that they needed a time for themselves, that they didn't want to be with this person. And for some of them, they actually they felt heartbroken. But I remind you guys that these things have to happen, right? Everything happens for a reason, and these things have to happen in matter for both to come into union, to acknowledge, you know, who's wrong and what can they do better, right? This is not to criticize. This is not to point mistakes, because we are humans and we all do mistakes, but to learn from that and become better for us and for other people. So the karmatic of the divine masculine, it is funny because they are they are still mad, but they can't believe how strong is the twin flame relationship, how strong is the bond regardless of their separation. And like I said in other videos, the divine masculine karmatic, they did some work, right? They did some I don't know if it was witchcraft or something to separate them. And I want to let you guys know, I said this in my other videos, they're actually starting to get all this back, because whatever you do in life, like I've been saying to you guys, whatever you do, right or wrong, it comes back to you. And unfortunately for them, it's been coming back to them. And they are seeing it coming right now in their life, in their health, on their relationship, on their car. A lot of people, in their house, like they're starting to feel like something happened, like, oh, I got sick from this, I fell, or whatever, right? And so this is a reminder for everybody to be good, send love, send good positive energy to everybody, and to ourselves, right? And every time that you catch yourself, procrastinating or saying something, negative, just switch it back to positive, right? And just take care of yourself, read, do, yoga, meditation, pray, everything that can elevate your energy. So when I'll get my laptop ready, I'll upload more videos, and I will show you things that I've been intending to show you guys, that they will help you for your meditations. Okay, guys, thank you for listening to my video. I hope you guys liked it and resonated with you. I remind you, this, it's timeless. It can resonate or not resonate with you depending on your vibration. Thank you for listening to me. If you want a private reading, vision, just email me at jojob@gmail.com. And if you like it, give it a like or comment, and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you, guys. Bye bye.